Objective describe approaches to subordinate skills analysis including hierarchical, cluster, and combination techniques, and describe the relationship among the subordinate skills identified through subordinate skill analysis, including entry behaviors. And objective apply subordinate skills analysis technique to steps in the goal analysis and identify entry behaviors as are appropriate. Background identifying subordinate skill and entry behaviors in a second step in instructional analysis. The purpose of this step is to identify the appropriate set of subordinate skills for each step. If required skills are omitted from the instruction and many students do not already have them, then the instruction will be ineffective. It means that if superfluous skills are included, the instruction will take more time than it should and the unnecessary skill may actually intervene with learning the required skills. Two approaches in subordinate skill analysis. First, hierarchical approaches and procedural analysis. Hierarchical approaches is used to analyze individual steps in the goal analysis that are classified as intellectual or psychomotor skills. To understand the hierarchical approach, consider an instructional goal that requires the students to justify the recommendation that a particular piece of real estate should be purchased at a particular time. This approach, suggested by James, in this approach, the designer can identify one or more critical subordinate skill that will be required of the learner prior to adapting instruction on the step itself. This hierarchy of skill is helpful to the designer because it can be used to suggest the type of specific subordinate skill that will be required to support any particular step in the goal. Procedural analysis, which is used to clarify the steps and sub-steps in a procedure or task to be taught to learner. This method is suitable for analyzing structured tasks which have a defined number and sequence of steps that stay the same in any situation. Examples of structured tasks are changing a tire, baking a cake, and installing Microsoft Office on a Windows computer. In contrast, unstructured tasks do not have a defined sequence of steps. The number and types of steps vary depending on the symptom and constraints of a situation. For example, troubleshooting a network problem is an unstructured task whose steps vary depending on the symptoms and cause of the problem. Procedures can also be complex, with many decision points that the learners must make, regardless of the complexity of the procedure. A procedural analysis breaks down the mental and or physical step that the learner must go through so that the task can be successfully achieved. The steps that make up a task are arranged linearly and sequentially, illustrating where the learner begins and ends. Oftentimes, the steps throughout the task, from start to finish, as well as any decisions that the learner must make, are arranged in a flow chart, but they can also be done in an outline form. How do I conduct a procedural analysis? Learning goals that are procedures are the easiest goal upon which to conduct an instructional analysis generally. Application of procedure involves these steps. 1. Determine whether a particular procedure is applicable. 2. Recall the steps of the procedure. 3. Apply the step in order, with decision steps if required. And the last, confirm that the end result is reasonable. Procedural analysis technique used with the steps for intellectual or psychomotor skill when those contains an additional set of mental or physical steps, the sub-skills going in the same direction as the main step, the same step-by-step manners as was done for the goal analysis. I think that's all. Thanks for your all attention.